Hey, welcome back, Mayor Tom. Nice to see you all. This is Lockpod, season 13, episode 23, coming to you live from the Nika IBW Powering Indiana Lake County Studios. This is the Midwest's most dangerous podcast.
Man, welcome back. You almost forgot the tagline.
I know. It's been a while.
It's been a bit, yes.
We were like telling the best story.
I know. Dad was like dishing like the craziest freaking tea, and he's like, "And we can't talk about it on air." So I'm like,
One day.
Like, we're live.
It was the coolest story that I can't tell you guys.
It literally just like filled up the entire 5 minutes that we were waiting, and I'm like, it's like twists and turns constantly, and then he's like, "And we can't mention it." So
we can't talk about this on air.
I almost told you to do baseball talk because someone's going to hire one of those.
I know.
You know, on TikTok they hire the lip readers.
A lip reader.
Someone's going to hire the lip reader for the 5-minute intro song.
If you got a lip reader, you should read my lips for the intro.
Craziest.
It's a crazy story. One day we're going to talk about it on Lockpod. It's just too early.
I hope not.
I definitely don't want to participate in that conversation.
It's too early to talk about it on Lockpod. But I hate dem on dem crime. Let's just say that.
Okay.
Dem on dem crime is the worst type of crime, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's too bad. Anyway, welcome back, Tom.
Thanks, buddy. Good to see you guys. It's just the three of us today. And then we got a great guest today, by the way. So if you're dismayed when you see the three of us, I want to point out.
I don't think they're like totally heartbroken.
They see us and they're like, "Fuck,
tune out."
This
are we saying that
suck.
like the main reason why the show functions is because Kevin?
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
First off, before we talk about anything related to the show, I want to point out how irresponsible it is. Next week is our last episode.
I know.
But you guys went on vacation during the season.
It's my anniversary.
You couldn't wait.
Sorry, Marissa. We're gonna have to wait until the season's over. I mean, if Lockspot starts paying me a lot more than it pays me now,
it's not even just you. It's
skipping.
Kevin. Like we lost half of this
sorry,
last week.
Kevin, in your 2-3 week trial.
Is that what he's
saying?
doing?
Bounce the trial. You got obligations on Lockpod, Kevin Smith.
He's a partial owner.
Yeah,
so.
No shit, right? It's bullshit.
Yeah.
Kevin's been in the trial from hell, dude. He can't talk about it, but I can because I don't know that much about it. He's been in a 3-week trial, and it's a tough one. I know he's super stressed. I feel bad every time I talk to him.
Is it?
I'm not even adding to a stress level during this. I'm intentionally avoiding adding to a stress level. And I like
goes
that.
Dad.
I like to add
tea, and he's like, we can't talk about it. So
I know. I don't say that often when it comes to Lockpod. I like to dish it all on Lockpod.
Yeah, I know you do.
Yeah, but like it was very convenient that I was out of town, John, because I didn't have to talk about the election at all. But I will today.
Yeah, it's you haven't been on since the presidential election.
It's a good thing that I do that because I was going through a range of emotions, and it's probably best that I'm not live on the air going through that range of emotions. Now that I could be more mature and level-headed about it, I think it's time to talk.
Sorry, people are saying the stream on Facebook's fucked up again. So I'm putting in our YouTube stream.
Okay.
So that you can go there because
I
can't control.
I'm seeing myself and it distracts me. So.
Yeah, I can't control that. Facebook sucks.
Really? What's going on?
So I just put in the link to our YouTube stream.
Okay.
For everyone on Facebook, go there. Fuck Facebook. Let's go on with the show. Tom, you have not been around since the election.
So Facebook's like jittering again?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I was getting those emails that I was telling you guys about. John seems to think that it's just all BS, but
really?
I keep getting flags saying that they're gonna do like action against all of our videos for like copyright claims.
But like we do no copyright claims on here.
No, we just have this.
It was one of our listeners that complained, right?
No.
Yeah.
No, it's like a company.
There's like a international database of it's like a crawler, right? It crawls all these streams on Facebook. It's not just us.
And it tries to
and
find
sometimes they'll flag stuff that it's not perfect, right? So they might hear a song or something and say, "Oh, that's our song. We recognize that," and that's not the case. So I'm not worried about it.
Did Facebook glitch while I was gone at all, or
no?
I only got to listen to one show, and I'm going to listen to all three of them. But I listened to the one with Reardon, and I thought it was great. That was the post-election one you guys did. I thought it was a great show.
Yeah, we wish you were here for that.
Yeah, I'm glad I wasn't.
How were you feeling after the election?
I wasn't surprised, John. I went into election day thinking Kamala was going to lose, and I wasn't talking about it very well. But I did not feel good about election day, and I was hopeful with Jennifer's race because it seemed like Jennifer had momentum, but I was also very realistic because I'd run statewide before. I was hopeful for Destiny, but I was realistic also. But I thought we had a shot nationally, but I was fearful, and as it turned out, everything I was fearful for turned out to be true. And it was a red wave, and America spoke, and I'm not going to storm the Capitol. I made that decision.
That's good.
Yeah,
That's good.
I'm not going to.
Thank God. I was worried for a second.
I was getting ready to get my pitchfork and my furry animal hat and go to Washington, D.C.
Animal hat? What are we
Paint
talking?
myself.
Oh,
that guy
because
that
that guy with
himself.
the horns.
Yeah, right. But I decided to hold off. I went to Hawaii with Marissa instead. So
you've had a couple weeks to think about it.
Mm-hmm.
Where did it go wrong for you?
At the very beginning.
Yeah.
But John, like, you know how I was talking in here. I was rare as a Democrat talking the way I was, right, John?
Yeah.
I was critical of the president's decision to run for re-election. From the moment he made it, I thought it was a total mistake. Mm-hmm. And then what happened was the Democratic Party, the DNC, the DNC is the person to blame. Joe Biden and the DNC screwed up the Democratic Party for the next 4 years. They did. The president and the DNC, they screwed up the Democratic Party, and it's going to take us years to recover, and it's going to set us back probably at least a couple decades when it comes to clean air and clean water and making sure lead lines are removed from houses. It's going to set all that back, which is fine with me as a mayor. It's fine with me, being honest with you, because those are going to be huge pains in my ass.
Dad's okay with lead in your household.
No, I'm not. But like Washington, D.C. has to lead the way if we're going to clean up the air and clean up the water and clean up our lead lines. Washington, D.C.'s got to be part of it, and it's not going to be now that Trump's in there. So like I'm not going to reinvent the wheel from Hammond, so I'm just going to go along with the flow. America wants dirty air, dirty water, lead service lines. That's fine with me because it's going to cost Hammond like $500 million to fix these problems. And it obviously is going to come from D.C. if that's ever going to happen. And it's not going to come from D.C. Right. So just embrace it. That's what I'm saying, John. I'm embracing the Trump presidency. I'm like mentally, I thought in this term and the next term, the mayor of Hammond, whoever that person is, if it's me or if whoever it is, I thought that mayor was going to have a lot of pain cleaning up the problems we have in the Hammond Sanitary District. It was going to cost us $300 million. Right? And I thought that next mayor was going to have to deal with the lead service lines in the Hammond Water Department that would cost Hammond $500 million. These are major issues that I thought I was going to have to deal with because Biden and the DOJ and the EPA were pushing it. Now that Trump's taking over, I'm not planning on doing any of that shit. I don't think Hammond's going to have to do any lead service line replacements other than free money. I don't think Hammond's going to have to do this huge sanitary project, the consent decree, because the DOJ is not, it's going to be run by Matt Gaetz, and Matt Gaetz doesn't give a shit about clean water, and the EPA is going to be run by probably some coal baron the way things are going, and they're not going to care about, I mean, it's going to be some dirty air guy who doesn't give a shit. So like, why am I going to be sitting in Hammond spending $500 million pissing off my residents? Why would I do that? It doesn't make sense. So, like, I'm embracing it, John. Donald Trump's the president. America spoke loud and clear. I'm not going to be the one that's trying to, like, reverse everything. I'm just going to go with the flow. That's where I am. It's America spoke, man, loud and clear. And, and I'm going to go with it because I'm a good elected official. And I know where my bosses are on this issue. And I can't reinvent the wheel from where I sit, bud.
Tom, the amount of money that the Hammond was going to have to pay to do all these things, it's a bit unreasonable though too.
I thought it was unreasonable. I did, but I also sympathize.
How is a municipality supposed to come up with this kind of money?
They would tax the crap out of their people. That's the only way you could do it. So it's what they call an unfunded mandate. So give you an example. The Hammond Sanitary District has a consent decree with the Department of Justice and the DOJ, U.S. DOJ, and the United States EPA, Environmental Protection Agency, where over the next 17 years, Hammond's going to have to do, let's call it $300 million of work on our sanitary plant to eliminate wastewater flows. Yeah. $300 million. I don't know. It's hard to relate to everybody how much money that is for Hammond. I would have to probably double or triple the Hammond sanitary rates to be able to pay for the debt on that. And it's not even my option. Right. It's coming from Washington, D.C. So what happens is this is how it works. I raise the rates because we have to. We pay for all these improvements, and then the next time I run for re-election, I get fucking beat because everybody says McDermott raised our rates. And I'll say, I had no choice. Washington, D.C. is telling me to raise the rates, and they're going to be like, we don't understand what you're saying to us, so we're voting against you. All I know is my rates are higher. Fuck you, Mayor Tom. I'm voting against you. And then I lose my job because Washington, D.C. had this mandate, right? Now that Trump's taken over, you think I'm going out in front of the fucking firing line and I'm going to raise the rate 2 or 3 times to pay for all this clean water and clean air when I'm not even getting support from Washington, D.C.? Hell no. Hell no. So what I'm doing is saying, God bless America. America wants this guy to be the president. I'm not doing shit. I bet I'm going to challenge my consent decree when Trump takes over. And when Trump takes over, we're going to challenge it and say, do we have to do this, President Trump? And they'll probably say, fuck that. Throw that away, Mayor. I'm like, thanks. You just saved me $300 million, Mr. President. You know what I'm saying?
You hope so.
America spoke. Yeah. I'm going for it, man. Like Hammond, this is a onerous debt package hanging over the head of the Hammond mayor. It's literally, John, it's $600 or $700 million we're talking over the next 15 years that Washington's forcing Hammond to pay. I'm going to challenge it when Trump takes over. I don't want to pay that shit. I'm sure the Hammond residents don't want to pay that shit. And the noble goal that the Democrats were pursuing was rejected in full by the American people. So I'm going to challenge this consent decree, see if Washington, D.C.'s, the new Washington, D.C. gives us a break. We may save $200-300 million by doing this. Embrace it.
Yeah, but we have lead in our water.
Well,
system.
in this case, it would be about poop in Lake Michigan. We've always had poop in Lake Michigan. It's called the CSO event. It's happened through our entire lives, multiple times a year. When my dad was mayor, it happened 50 times a year. We'd have so much rain, so much flow that you couldn't handle it in the local sanitary districts, and then they overflow into Lake Michigan. And then you don't go swimming that day because there's poop in the water. So Washington, D.C. wanted to fix that, and they wanted to make it so it was impossible to overflow. And that's cost lots of money. And that was the goal. I supported the goal. Now it's been rejected in full. Rejected by the American people in full. Do you think
I think rejected indirectly.
Do you think I'm going to spend $300-400 million, put it on my name so that it doesn't make sense?
Hopefully the next administration.
This will be covered by the local paper, by the way. This what we're talking about right now is crazy talk, but it's not crazy talk. Why wouldn't I take this approach? If it could save us 9 figures in Hammond by challenging the consent decree once Trump's new EPA person takes over, and this new EPA person is going to be dirty, meaning they don't give a shit about clean air and clean water.
Shower.
So they're going to be like, it'll be like a coal operator. It'll be somebody that has nothing to do with clean air, clean water. And then Hammond says, hey, we don't think we should have to do this 9-figure EPA settlement we made under Obama's administration. And then this Trump coal baron will be like, yeah, I agree, Hammond. You watch.
I'm going to frame it in a different way that's less negative on the incoming administration.
I'm not being negative.
No, I know.
It's going to save us a tremendous amount of money in Hammond, John.
But to Lindsay's point, I think everyone would love waste not going to Lake Michigan.
Yeah, that'd be wonderful.
Lead not
in the pipes. Your whole life, bud.
But someone's got to pay this massive amount of money. It just doesn't make sense.
The thing is, you guys don't realize that your entire lives growing up in Hammond, during the course of your life, we probably overflowed into Lake Michigan 500 times during your life.
No, I'm aware because I would go to the beach
and it'd be a high E. coli.
You can't swim in the water right now.
Right.
And I was like, okay. Well,
yeah, because we overflowed. And you don't want to swim in that water, right?
Yeah.
You don't want to get it in your eyes. You don't want to get it in your mouth. It's not good.
Maybe the Department of Government Efficiency is going to save so much money, they're going to just send you a check for $600 million to get this done, Tom.
Yeah, right? The Department of Government Efficiency, run by 2 people. Like, bad start. How about we have one person? Like, it's the Department of Government Efficiency. We have 2 CEOs. Okay,
that's efficient.
Yeah. So I'm not trying to be negative, John. I think America messed up personally, but as long as I accept the results, I'm not storming the Capitol, and I'm going to try to do what's best for the city of Hammond. And I think that I could save the city of Hammond 9 figures if we play this the right way. I think we can save 9 figures. If I could save Hammond $50 million over the next 20 years, isn't that smart? If I could save Hammond $100 million over the next 20 years, isn't that a smart move?
I feel like this is just offsetting the problem.
Agree.
At the core, though, for somebody else to take care of.
Agree, Lindsay. It is. But that was like, you have to have support from D.C. The mayor of Hammond doesn't have enough money or clout to get this problem fixed. I don't. I need support from D.C., meaning money.
And clout.
And it's not going to be there. It's not going to be there. Because Trump doesn't believe in.
Excuse me. I just don't feel comfortable with that kind of conclusion personally.
I know.
I think it's kind of.
But I know how you voted in the election.
Yeah, I don't.
Trump.
Yeah, no.
Voted Trump.
No, I know Lindsay. Lindsay's very progressive.
Very progressive.
Right. So and I know that it's devastating what happened to you. I'm sure.
I wasn't devastated. No.
I'm not at all. I'm not devastated at all. I feel like I told you so. I knew this was going to happen. I was warning you guys, and you freaking ignored people like me, and now we eat it.
Why are you talking like me? Like we guys,
What is it?
Like I wasn't hopeful whatsoever this entire election season. It was. I mean, I feel like Kamala got like started so freaking late. Like you can't run an efficient like entire election campaign in 4 months,
Right?
Like when you're running for mayor, which is
A year. I do.
yeah, you like a full year
For
to
mayor.
get like a quality campaign
Right.
election
For mayor.
season. Yeah.
For 80,000 people.
You start at the previous election day, and then it's like all hands on deck
Right.
for a full year.
Right.
She got 4 months.
Lindsay grew up in this. She knows how this
I
works.
think that like the 4 months, like she did a pretty great job, but it wasn't nearly enough for her to get her opinions out
Agreed.
there, what her stances were, to really get I mean, what they were able to accomplish, I was very impressed. They definitely mobilized a lot of younger people that I haven't seen like before. I haven't seen that kind of like mobilization, but it still wasn't enough
Agree.
because
It's just she didn't have enough time.
no, she
Which,
did not have enough
in
time.
my opinion, goes back to the main problem was that Joe Biden
That
made a selfish
definitely
decision.
shot us in the foot. And I don't know what the DNC is thinking about, like why that was such a hard decision for them to make.
It was a no-brainer.
Honestly, it was like they were hearing from multiple generations of people, ages of people, just we're not excited about Biden as a candidate. And they're like, I guess we're going to go with Biden as a candidate. And then they're surprised when people are like not energized about the election season. So
I can't believe not everybody's been fired from the DNC yet. I can't believe it.
do you get fired from the DNC? I
The
thought it was just
Republicans
some
do this.
guys that hung out.
The Republicans do this to themselves. They all resign if they have an election like this. Give the Republicans credit, man. When they have a disaster election, they all resign. It's like they're in shame, right? And the Democrats, they fucking keep their job. Oh, I ran a shitty election. Let's do it again in 4 years. They fucking suck. Everybody that's in charge of the DNC should fucking resign in shame. They should resign in shame.
True.
Because they're putting America back, in my opinion. But like, and I'm embracing it, John. But fuck everybody that has anything to do with running the goddamn Democratic Party right now. They are horrible. They fucking ruined this election. They ruined it. They should have told Joe Biden, sorry, we're going to run you against our great bench of Democrats. People like Pete Buttigieg, Gavin Newsom, Gretchen Whitmer. We're going to bust out these young Democrats, and if you could hold your own against them, Joe, then you could be the nominee. And he would have got his ass kicked.
Yes,
Well,
he
that's a
would've.
good point, Tom.
Easy.
That's where it starts. They rigged the primary.
Totally, John.
Yeah.
John, there was a U.S. congressman that ran against Joe Biden in the primary for president. Did you know that?
I did know that. I don't think many people did,
Right.
though.
A congressman. And did you know that, America? No.
Completely media blackout on him.
Fucking shut out. Why? The DNC told the media shut him out. A U.S. congressman gave up his job to run against Joe Biden for president, and nobody knows about it. Why? Because this is not a free country. This is not a Democratic Party. It's like communist Russia. It's like Putin is running the Democratic Party in America. This was not democracy. This was not democratic. It's bogus. Whoever is running the DNC should resign in shame, in my opinion. I don't support them ever again until they completely clean house.
Well, in defense of the DNC, which I'm still
How could you defend?
reeling from the fact that there's people on a payroll.
dare
I really
you.
did just thought it was a bunch of elected officials who were like, we represent things.
The DNC is a huge organization.
I'm sure it is. But in defense, I mean, historically, if you have a president from your party who is currently in office, isn't the expectation is that you support him for a second term?
Agree.
That is historically what happens.
Agree. That was part of the problem.
So I think they were just kind of historically going with what
Yes,
has been done
but
for
we've never
hundreds
had
of
an
years.
82-year-old president running for re-election until this time.
They've all been old men
To me, the Democratic Party in my head is like, I still picture John F. Kennedy, this young, handsome, progressive guy that's trying to change the world. That's my naive view of the Democratic Party. No offense, Joe Biden. You're not that guy. You're not. You're an 82-year-old man who's slipping, and this is the guy that we're supposed to hitch our wagon to.
There's too many old people in politics anyway. Like
Shit,
we've got so
no
many
kidding.
young people who are doing awesome. Gretchen Whitmer is fantastic.
Yeah.
And I feel like, she's sitting up in Michigan.
I think she's in it in
Booster?
4 years, don't you?
She's in it for 4 years. She's running for president. No doubt in my
Newsom.
mind.
I really
Pritzker.
hope so.
Pritzker.
because-
It's going to be a Republican and Democratic
judge, of course.
presidential election in 4 years is going to be wild.
I can't wait to watch
There's
Democrat.
going to be a dozen people.
Oh,
on the
you're right,
stage
man,
from each party.
Yeah.
Well, I'm really hoping that this kind of like shows people like what's exactly going on. In 4 years, people won't be so highly critical of a young person running for office. Because
They
I
won't.
feel like every time there's a young person, and by young person I mean somebody under the age of 50 running for a higher office, people are just like, where's their experience? The blah blah blah. Like, I don't know. It's very disheartening. It really just seems to be like a boys' club.
I disagree with you guys on the sense that if she had a longer runway, she would have done better.
She would have lost.
I think if the election was held right after the DNC, she would have won.
Oh,
like,
no,
that
we were
energy
kicking-
was
yeah.
nuts.
Yeah. And then it stalled
And then
in that last
exactly.
month.
Well, I think she just wasn't a good candidate. I just think that was
She wouldn't have won a primary on her own, John.
No, not the
Right.
primary. Yeah.
So anyway,
All right.
let's move on. Yeah, and I'm out there, but like I said, I am not whining. I'm not. Trump is the president. He won clearly and convincingly, and I have to tip my cap to this guy. I don't really like him. You guys know that, but he is definitely a historical figure in American history. No
Well,
doubt about it.
I'm looking at the bright side of things because I mentioned to you guys that if he lost, he was just going to keep running until he won again.
Yeah, he's done.
He's done now.
4 years. Right.
So let's try to, limit
There you go, Lindsay.
what he's able to accomplish.
Let's look at the bright side, right?
Yeah. And
There
just
is no bright side for you,
hope-
Lindsay.
Yeah.
He's got every branch of government.
But like for 2 years, John.
for 2 years,
Right.
yeah, because then there's another election, and if he like fucks up enough,
He
then
will.
maybe he'll, we'll
Even
get
if he
some
does
more
well,
blue
Lindsay,
sheets out
2 years
there.
from now, everybody will hate him, and
That's
then
what
4
it-
years from now, America will vote for a Democrat.
That's exactly what happens.
Exactly what
Never
happens.
ends.
Mhm.
Why don't we do some ads and come back and talk about your Hawaii trip?
Sure,
Tom?
sure. Let's do that.
Yeah.
We'll do some ads. And again, we're having trouble on Facebook. If you're on there, we realize Facebook is spamming us or something's going on.
Facebook is trash. I already deleted my account. You guys should too.
Okay.
Yeah.
So anyway, Facebook, if you're listening on Facebook right now and it's glitchy, we know that. Go over to YouTube. John's got the link in comments. Could you put it up there again, John? So
Yep.
people that join. But the link is in the comments. Just click over to YouTube. We have a big audience over there. So Powering Indiana Lake County is your trust for the region's most trusted electrician. Is your source for the region's most trusted electricians. Are you thinking of finishing your basement, installing outdoor security cameras, or does your business have plans to break ground on a new project? Don't leave important projects in the wrong hands. With IBEW Local 697 Electricians, you're choosing the highest level of safety and reliability. Visit poweringindiana.org today to ensure your project's in the hands of skilled professionals who deliver on time and on budget. Find your electrical contractor at poweringindiana.org.
All right, don't let your business get lost in the shuffle of generic branding and aimless marketing. Trust Northwest Indiana's award-winning full-service marketing agency, The Branding Room Floor. Providing data-driven results to help your business grow in a crowded market is their specialty. From website development and digital advertising to graphic design and branding, The Branding Room Floor will set your business and organization on a clear path to strategic success. Don't wait another day to get started. Visit thebrandingroomfloor.com today.
Before I read this next ad, shout out to Deanna. We have some hardcore fans, so
Thank you.
Listen to this, guys.
We love you.
Deanna says, "Good morning. Listening from Florida. Had
Thank you,
to
Deanna.
rush down for a family emergency. Not even that stopped her from watching the
Thank
pod.
you, Deanna.
Hope everything's okay, Deanna.
Yeah, I hope
Thank you,
you
Deanna.
guys are okay.
Okay.
And-
Kuklakis Law.
Happy that you're in Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you facing legal challenges and don't know where to turn? Look no further than Kuklakis Law, your trusted source for legal advice in Indiana and Illinois. Do you need help buying or selling real estate? Call Kuklakis Law. Forming a new business? Call Kuklakis Law. Injured in a car crash or at work? You guessed it. Call Kuklakis Law. No matter what your legal issue, call 219-671-6347 to schedule your free consultation. Who are you going to call? Kuklakis Law. Hablamos Español.
Hey, John, you did pretty good.
I know.
Why
That's
don't
why-
you do ads
Thank you.
anymore?
I'm a pro.
Like,
That's
Never
why he
did.
does the City Hall one.
Yeah.
He does. He's the voice of City Hall.
Voice of City.
He is the voice.
I mean, for this podcast, I
John,
don't
do
listen
it.
to
Do it real
anything.
quick, John.
Thank you for calling the city of Hammond.
Oh, yeah, I have heard that.
I feel like I'm at work. Rogers Roofing. When you want the best for your home and family, trust the best in the business, Rogers Roofing. Rogers Roofing has transformed homes in Northwest Indiana and Chicagoland for more than 55 years, providing quality roofing, siding, gutters, and windows, all backed by the best warranties in the industry. To learn more and to schedule your free consultation, visit rogersroofing.com or call 219-933-9145 today. That's rogersroofing.com or 933-9145. And remember, at Rogers Roofing, excellence is expected every time.
MCR Partners is a one-stop destination for top-notch expertise in economic development, finance, and planning. With a dedicated team geared up to tackle your projects head-on, they're your go-to comprehensive solution providers. Dive into the world of economic development with MCR Partners and let them guide you through the maze of opportunities. For more information, check out their website at mcrpartnersllc.com. And for tailored assistance, don't hesitate to reach out to Matt Reardon on his personal cell phone at 219-741-9511.
You know, we do have a pretty big audience today across YouTube, Facebook, and X. And
I think it's because I'm here and not Kevin.
I'm sure.
I think it's that, and people want to see and hear our guest coming up, Kaitlyn Croker,
Yeah.
Nashville singer, who's going to be on in the third segment, performing a song, talking with Tom and Lindsay, and Steve's even going to pop in.
Oh, nice.
You don't want to miss this.
The boss.
Yes.
Oh, shit, the boss is coming.
The boss is
You
coming.
got to get your feet off the thing, Lindsay.
Oh, no.
The boss is
I'd
coming.
love to see him fire me.
Stick around
Fire
for
me
Kaitlyn
from this
Croker.
free job.
Yeah.
Stick
Yeah,
around.
that's awesome, though. Kaitlyn, thank you for
Yeah.
coming on the show. She's super talented young lady, beautiful young lady. Kevin gave me shit, actually.
Did he really?
Yeah, he's like, you go away for a show, I have on Matt Reardon. I go away for a show, you have this beautiful country music star. And it's like, that's how it rolls, Kevin.
Yeah.
Misprint.
I'm the locomotive. Yeah, go ahead, baby.
Oh, okay. Elevate your brand with Misprint, the premier printing and sign solution in Chicagoland and the Northwest Indiana. With a 30-year legacy of excellence, their experienced team led by Rick Balzenberger combines innovation and technology to deliver top-quality signs and printing always on time and within budget. Conveniently located in Munster and Hammond, Misprint is your partner for creating impactful visual solutions. Visit them at misprintusa.com to bring your vision to life today. You guys started going on a tangent. We were still in the middle of our
we're still in
ads.
doing ads. I hate it when we do
Come
that.
on, bros.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Amateur hour here.
Listen.
Ugh.
By the way, we've done over 300 episodes now, right?
Yes. I think well over.
Didn't see that coming, did you, John?
When he first signed
300
on to this.
John's like, yeah, we'll do a few episodes. What the hell?
Yeah, we
This'll
thought this was
burn
really
out.
going to be
This'll burn out.
a temporary thing for Dad.
I'm-
You know, he was
This-
he was
so
gearing.
true.
He was
He's
so
got ADD. He'll
No,
never.
seriously, you had this idea because you were just fuming and like post
Yeah,
election,
I still am.
and he was like, I need to get my word out. I need
I
to
did.
speak my
I
truth.
Still need to get my truth out, Linz.
I
Tom
need to
will
speak my
always
truth.
look back in anger.
And
Always.
then-
I love that. I love Oasis for that.
Yeah.
I look back in anger.
And we really
there you
thought
go. We
this
got
was
our
gonna.
episode
There it
title.
is.
I look back in anger.
I really thought this was gonna fizzle out after like maybe a year max, but
Sucka.
we're still here.
Sucka, you joined the military.
I
You didn't
finished. I
realize
went
it.
through all of college, got a new career, and I'm still here.
Don't you love it?
That's great.
I'm
That's
so
so
Lockpod.
true.
freaking tired.
Lockpod, like an anchor around your
It's
anchor
around
your
my
ankle.
neck,
The
and we're
albatross.
sinking into Lake Michigan. So
Yeah.
Marissa and I missed 3 shows in a row. It's the first time I've ever done that in 300 episodes. Marissa and I went on our 25th anniversary to Hawaii. So we stopped in San Diego on the way because I took Southwest Airlines out there, which I'll never do again.
Oh.
So we stopped in San Diego, did a night in San
Southwest
Diego.
is like your go-to.
I know, but when you go to Hawaii, you got to fly United, like I did on the way home. I literally changed my travel plans when we were there. I'm like, we're not doing that shit. So we took Southwest out there. We did a night in San Diego, and then I love San Diego, as you guys both know.
Oh yeah,
And then we bounced again out to Hawaii, and we spent basically 11 days there. It was amazing.
That's awesome.
We did 3 days on Oahu, on Honolulu, and then we did 5 days in
on the leper colony that Marissa was telling me about.
Molokai. Molokai. No, we were in Maui, but Molokai was an island right across. Do you know what's crazy about Hawaii that I didn't realize? You guys never been there, right?
No.
Neither,
No.
John.
No.
It's
on my list.
so crazy that you'll be on one island and you could look across the water and it looks like the other island is like 2 miles away, but it's really like 60 miles away because these islands, every one of them has huge volcanoes on them. So you'll be looking across the water at Molokai. I took a picture of it and it looks like you could swim there, but it's like 70 miles away. But it's a 10,000 foot volcano on Molokai. 10,000 foot.
Yeah.
And you're like at sea level swimming in the water, and on the same island you're swimming in the water, you look up to the top of a 10,000 foot volcano. Like 10,000, I ski in Colorado, and I ski on mountains in Colorado that are smaller than 10,000 feet. And Hawaii and Maui has 2 volcanoes that are both 10,000 feet on the one island. It's freaking incredible, man.
Are they active? Sorry for
No,
being.
they've been
okay.
dormant for like 13,000 years.
Wow. Okay.
But they formed like Maui. All the Hawaiian Islands were formed when
By
they
a
exploded.
volcano.
Yeah, thousands of years ago, and then now it's a freaking paradise in the middle of the ocean. I
Yeah.
mean, and I'm a guy I've been to Bermuda, I've been to Bahamas, I've been to Puerto Rico, I've been all through. There is no comparison anywhere to what we saw in Hawaii. There's no comparison. They got mountains, they got crazy weather, they got great surfing, they got everything. Hiking. Marissa and I went on hikes that are just.
Look at this picture.
That was my patio.
That is
John.
beautiful.
That was my patio at sunrise. That would see the top of that mountain. That's Diamond Head.
Right there.
That's
Yeah.
Diamond Head crater. But that is now.
Did you hike that?
I hiked to the top
No,
of that.
you did not. I was
I
just
did.
kidding.
To the top
You're
of that.
Dad sees
insane.
a peak
Marissa and I
and he's
both
like,
did.
"That's mine, bitch."
That's Marissa and I went to the top of that.
Oh wait, is this it?
That's an even crazier one we did.
What
That
is
one-
this? Look at
Look
this.
at now. See
What is
towards the
wrong
top
with
of
you?
that. See, like at the top, it looks
Yeah.
like a ridge. That's
Yeah.
a fucking ridge, dude. And
It
like
is like
on
a
both
thin
sides of
pathway.
it, you
It's
fall.
a sheer drop.
It's a
right?
sheer drop on
Yeah.
both sides.
Oh
Like
my-
when we
I've
got to
seen
the
that
top,
before.
we're like, fuck. And by the way, the wind is ridiculous up there, right? So you got like 50-mile-an-hour winds blowing on you,
And
and
if
you're
it
like,
pushes you off the path,
you're fucking
falling.
dead. So like it was badass, and that it rained so hard on us, and we still. Marissa is a badass hiker too, by the way. She's only like 110 pounds, so it's. But she is a
So
badass
she almost
hiker.
did blow away.
She could have
Yeah.
blown away. I had to strap her onto my backpack. So
Carry
that she
her
wouldn't
like a
fly. She was
toddler.
like flying in the air, and I was pulling her up. Yeah.
Is this part of your hike right here? These pictures?
Yeah,
Oh,
this
that's
is-
awesome.
We saw a lot of waterfalls. A lot of
I
waterfalls.
don't know
Like,
where Dad's shirt went.
oh, that was a hot one. But like, did you see the video in there? This is
Oh, yeah.
crazy.
You
Not
want me
that
to
I'm
play
not
this?
trying to do a thirst trap, but I'm dude,
Gross.
do this.
Okay, let me play
So
this
like
video.
I see, and I'm in a freaking. There's like a pond in the middle of a jungle, and Marissa's like, "Are you gonna swim in it?" And I was nervous at first, and I was like, "Fuck, dude! Like, when are you ever gonna be able to do this?" Right? There's a waterfall. There's this
Right.
huge body of water. So I went for
Are
it,
you
man.
allowed to just go into the bodies of water?
I don't know. I didn't really check with the authorities.
Taste this.
So here, you look at that physique. There you go. It was freaking cold, dude. That water is like 70 degrees.
Like Tahoe.
It's well, it's not as cold obviously because Tahoe has snow, but it was cold. And then I wanted to come out, and Marissa was
Look at
like,
that graceful dismount.
That is a thirst trap right there. Look
No,
at
"That
it's
is right,
not.
dude. Could you send me that photo?" Actually, I'm putting that as my profile
that
pic.
for sure.
Badass. I love that picture. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Action shot, but. I had to do it, man. It's a waterfall. You had to. How often do you get to like swim out to a waterfall in the middle of the jungle? Pretty
Very
cool,
nice.
huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
All right, let me throw up some more here. What do we got?
Show me what you got.
it was really
Ooh,
cool,
rainbow.
dude.
Double
you
rainbow.
know, like I understand why the Hawaii logo is rainbows. They appear multiple times a day. That one was up for. I'm not even kidding. I know I exaggerate. That was up for 45 minutes, like that. 45 minutes. I was just sitting there like this permanent rainbow outside of my window. Like, this island is beautiful, guys. It wasn't even really that doesn't look that steep, but it was ridiculously steep. It doesn't look, because Marissa was also on it when she took it, but like that was like 45-degree angle or something. It was a paved patio because it was so steep, and then you could see in the background it's just pure ocean. Ridiculous. Like, so cool. Like, that's Molokai, Lindsay.
That's the leper colony.
Yeah, and that is a 10,000-foot volcano, and that is a distance between the two islands of like 70 miles. Okay, and it looks like it's right there. It looks like it's a volcano blowing up, but that's clouds in the distance. But that was my view from Maui. Like, you get like numb to these amazing views. Like, that's a volcano in the background there.
Unbelievable.
Mm-hmm. Now, there's a different island in Hawaii, the main island, that they have a park, a national park that's called Volcanoes National Park, and you could hike on actual like live
Active
volcanoes.
Volcano.
So I'm doing that next time we
Well,
go there.
that wasn't that a
Look
thing
at
about
that!
a year
Look
ago?
at that! I was so freaking nervous there because they told you so many times not to go under the waterfalls. They told you so many
Oh,
times
really?
because like if you
It'll
go under
push
the
you down if it's
well,
heavy enough.
they have flash floods a lot there, and they're like, it won't even warn you. All of a sudden, it'll just be just tons of water. So I was really nervous about that. I wanted to take it, but I was also realizing that I was sort of risking things.
On the main island, I think it was, they had about a year ago, they had a volcanic eruption that kind of lasted for a while.
Really?
Right?
Yeah. Well, that was the Hawaiian island. That's the biggest island out of all of them.
Yeah, I know,
Like,
but you said that there was an active volcano.
that's-
They had like fires
Oh, yeah.
and stuff Well, they had that big old fire that everyone.
That was in Maui.
That was
I
in
was
Maui.
staying right there.
And then like a couple months later, they had an active like flow that went for weeks, right?
On the main island.
That's
I don't
what
remember that.
I remember hearing.
But
about
they
that.
have the Volcanoes Park. It's still active. But the Maui, I'm glad you brought that up. Lahaina, we were like, Marissa and I were staying right by there. It's so devastating.
Is it still like completely?
You could
decimated?
see how much they had. 12,000 people that lived in that city, and it wiped out 40% of the buildings. Like, can you imagine in Hammond? It was like we were there during 2 windy days in Maui, and when I'm telling you, like the Chicago, the windy city, bullshit. Like the wind was continuously 40 miles an hour
on the middle of an ocean.
Yeah,
current,
it was 40 mile an hour continuous, and it would gust at like 50 and 60. It was like
you could see why like a fire would spread super fast. Right?
There was a fire on the island when we were there, and they were super nervous about it. They put it down, but it was blowing hard that day, and it was blowing away from our resort. But I was like, damn, dude, that's nerve wracking. Like
if that wind like switched up, we'd be screwed.
And if the fire, what happened in the Lahaina fire is the fire got into the mountains. And once it gets in the mountains, what are they going to do? These are like 10,000 foot mountains. And then it comes out of the mountain and it went right at Lahaina. It was literally pointed right at him, and they couldn't stop it. It just flowed right through like water. It was so sad.
Yeah, from what I understand about it, like it kicked up so fast, and like there was like traffic still in the middle of the street. Like nobody could get anywhere because it was gridlocked.
And the only thing that's positive out of that is at least the water. Like Marissa and I jumped in the water over there and swam with the turtles, which is a whole separate topic. But the water was 81 degrees. Like last week.
That's how people got out.
They sat in the water, and while everything burned, they sat in the water for like 3-4 hours, and then once it was done burning, they got out. So like at least the water saved them. But so speaking of the water, so Marissa and I were told go to this place Black Rock, and you could swim with the turtles. So we go to Black Rock, and we rent goggles, and it didn't look like a great of a place to swim, right?
Oh, because it's a rocky beach, right?
We get in there, and there's these turtles in there, these sea turtles. They're like 150, 250 pounds, huge, and they're like dogs. They like bump into you. They're like looking at you as soon as you get in the water, and they want to play with you. And they're so sweet and nice. And it was the craziest thing I've ever seen. Like, it was like the best thing I could equate it to is like TJ at home, Lindsay. Like, as soon as I got in the water, one bumped right into me, and it freaked me the fuck out. I was like, what the hell? Like, I'm getting attacked by a turtle. And then you realize it's looking like right in my eyes. And I had my goggles on, and I was looking right at it. And it was like messing with me. Like interacting with me. It was the craziest thing ever. Like Marissa and I were just amazed. We sat in the water for like an hour with these turtles.
How big were these?
They were huge, John. They're huge, John. And they're so sweet. Like, it's funny. I've seen Disney, and
like
they do
shells
when they do
big.
the turtles on Disney. The turtles are always like, "Hey, dude, what's up?"
Yeah.
Totally. And now I totally get it. Like, that was one of the coolest things about Maui was the sea turtles. Wow. Amazing. We saw them multiple times. Like, go down. There's one right there.
Black Rock Maui, right there.
Oh, dude, click on that, John.
Yeah.
Could you?
Crazy.
This is somebody actually diving there. They're going to show the turtles. Watch. This is so cool, guys. Or is it a long video?
Here it is.
There it is. Okay. There it is. Now this turtle's probably going to be lame.
He's just chilling. Wow.
Are there any exciting turtles?
There is exciting
judging
turtles.
The turtles,
well, because the turtles would look in my face. I didn't. Maybe I was
so
just tripping,
funny.
man. I don't know.
There you go.
Hey, that turtle just appreciates its, its solitude.
They're the coolest. They're the coolest. So anyway,
I respect that.
Go to
turtle.
Hawaii. Like, I hear.
Aren't they actively telling people not to be tourists in Hawaii right now?
No, they're not.
Really?
No, people are being tourists right now. Believe me, they need it too. But I always hear people from where we're from the Midwest, and even people on the East Coast that are like, "No, I'm not going to go to Hawaii. I'm just going to go to the Bahamas." It's a mistake. There's no comparison between the Bahamas and Hawaii. There's no comparison. It's worth the flight. We took a direct flight back. It took us 8 hours. It was brutal.
Oof.
8 hours. It was
That's
brutal.
how far it is
Did you
off
wear
the
your
coast?
compression socks?
That's on the
then?
way back, John. It's the way back is shorter. The way there would have been
because
9.
of the ocean or the air currents.
Right.
Yeah.
So it would have been 9 if we flew directly there, and it was worth every second I
you're
sat
going
on that
against
plane. Right.
Did you wear your compression socks? You got up and walked around?
Nope. I did not.
Wow.
I just swelled. I just sat there and swelled.
He got a bunch of
It was
swelling,
swell.
and
It
he
was
got
swell.
a VTE.
Look
Dude,
at that.
I don't think I
Yes,
really
John.
realized how far out there that.
And how south it is. It's super warm there, man.
Damn.
Go to Hawaii, John. Take your wife. She will love you
Yeah.
forever.
It's
And
a very
you're on the edge right
isolated
now.
part
Let's
of
be
the
honest.
country.
You're on the edge with her right now. This will save
What
you.
does that mean?
This will save you, dude. Like Amy, I'm giving your husband good advice. So
It is on our list. Maybe I need to move it higher.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Japan's on our list. I
Hey,
really want to go there.
John, I don't know if you're paying attention, but if you look at the top corner of that map there,
Top.
That's your screensaver for your computer right now, yeah?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I think it is.
The background?
Oh yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm fairly
Anyway.
certain that's what it is.
Hey, we have a bunch of
Yeah.
Trump appointment conversations,
Oh,
like
man.
cabinet picks, but
Yeah,
I
let's
think we
bounce
got to
that.
bump that for next
I agree
week.
with you, man. We got him. We'll save him for the next show.
Thanks.
We'll get,
I don't wanna
we'll
talk
come
about
back
that
and,
right now.
Yeah, I agree. We already did all the depressing shit. So let's come back and talk optimistically. We got a great guest.
miserable.
Kaitlyn Croker is on our show, and we're going to bring her on, and she's going to be much better to talk about and talk with and talking about Trump's controversial appointment. So let's do our ads, and when we come back, we're going to have Nashville country music superstar Kaitlyn Croker on air, and also the boss just walked in.
Yeah, let's get him.
Not Bruce Springsteen.
Yeah,
Steve
sit down,
Kellogg, the boss
Steve.
of Lockpod, walked in. Good to see you, Steven. Like Lindsay's got her feet on the chair. Did you notice that?
Fire
Very
me.
comfortable.
I dare you.
Fire me. so let's go ahead and do our
Please,
ads.
Release me from
You're
this
hired
obligation.
for another 9 seasons.
No, no.
I love that.
So let's go ahead and do some ads. When we come back, we're going to have Kaitlyn Croker on air with us. So let's start off with Frankie V's. No need to dress up. It's a casual place. Bring the whole family. We have plenty of space. A hidden gem in Hammond. You don't have to drive far. Delicious food, great service, and yes, a full bar. Try our homemade pizza chips, Italian beef, sausage, marinara, and more. We have delicious pizza, pasta, and Italian foods galore. Don't go where they don't remember you. It's just not the same. Come to Frankie V's where everybody really knows your name. Visit us today at thefrankieV's.com for daily specials, full menu, and hours.
Cantrell and Cantrell's attorney at law. Are you injured or in trouble with the law? Give Cantrell and Cantrell a call and schedule your consultation with someone who is in court and at the jail every day. Call John Cantrell at 219-554-4LAW or visit their website at bettercallcantrell.com. John and his wife Kristen make a great team and are waiting to hear from you.
John, you doing Michelob Ultra?
I'm doing producer stuff over here,
sorry,
Tom,
sorry,
okay?
sorry, man.
Let him do his job, bro.
Fuck.
Oh my
Michelob
gosh.
Ultra is a superior light beer brewed for those who understand that it's only worth it if you enjoy it. Containing only 95 calories and 2.6 carbs, Michelob Ultra is a light lager brewed with the perfect balance of hops and wholesome grains, producing a crisp, refreshing finish. With Michelob Ultra, there's no better time to crack open a cold one. Head over to the Cal Brew or Michelob Ultra social media for info on this great family of beers. Enjoy the Michelob Ultra lifestyle with beers and cheers responsibly.
Tortilla Nueva Leon is the gold standard of Mexican cuisine across the Midwest. Look for Tortillas Nueva Leon's popular red and white label at your local grocery store and enjoy quality Mexican products made with local expertise. In the song.
Tortillas Nuevo León, hechas con amor, para ti y tu familia de todo corazón. Tortillas Nuevo León, hechas con amor, para ti y tu familia, de todo corazón.
Prestmer Insurance Agency. For decades, the Ron J. Prestmer Insurance Agency has been located right on Indianapolis Boulevard, serving all of your insurance needs. The Prestmer Agency specializes in a wide range of insurance products and services, including auto, home, business, life, and much more. The Prestmer Agency serves thousands of people and businesses throughout the Chicagoland and Midwest. Call Ron or Ronnie today at 219-844-0103. They're here to protect what matters most to you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased to welcome Nashville-based recording artist Kaitlyn Croker. Kaitlyn's she wrote the song "You're the Hero," released last year in conjunction with Veterans Day. Is the daughter of a veteran. Her father was a fighter pilot for 26 years on an F-16, by the way.
Whoa.
Navy fighter
Super
pilot.
cool.
So welcome to Lockpod, and thank you very much, Kaitlyn Croker.
Yeah, we don't do the Air Force here. It's all Navy.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, he was former Navy. He did flew F-18s in the
Go
Navy.
Navy,
Yeah,
go Navy. I
that's,
was a
There
you
submariner,
go.
Kaitlyn.
Dad's also
wow.
from the Navy. He was a submariner, though, so he did the exact opposite of a fighter pilot.
They had both sides covered.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Welcome to the
incredible.
Lockpod, Kaitlyn.
Thank you. So good to be here. Thanks
We
for
are-
having me.
We are very appreciative to have you. We would rather have you in person, but we'll take Zoom any day. So, so tell me, how did you live in Nashville, right, Kaitlyn?
I do. Yes.
Yeah, your whole life, or did you move to Nashville?
No, I moved to Nashville 3 years ago.
Yeah.
So
Where are you from
originally from Maryland.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, have you ever met Taylor Swift, by the way? I mean, let's get
So-
right to it.
I have not. I can see that y'all might be a fan of hers.
My dad
I'm a
is
little
a
bit,
Some
big
Swifties in here,
Taylor
yeah.
Swift
I'm a fan.
fan.
We just got done watching the Eras tour. Our whole podcast got to go.
Not
Well-
me.
Oh my
well,
gosh,
almost.
No way. How was it? That's incredible.
It was amazing. I mean, she's an incredible person. So,
That's so cool. I will tell you, I did go to a show last year, and her dad was there
Yeah.
in the room.
Where
So
did you see
not
her?
get to meet him, but do what?
Where was that show?
City Winery in Nashville.
Wow.
That's a great venue, actually. We have one in Chicago. I don't think it does nearly as well as that Nashville one. I see the things come up from that Nashville one. I'm like, I need to be there.
Yep, I think they do pretty well for themselves.
Is it a big
Yeah.
venue in Nashville? Because City Winery in Chicago is not very big at all.
Yeah, they have at least 2 stages.
Really?
Oh, wow.
How
I'm not
many-
sure if there's a third, but
What kind of capacity do they hold?
I'd say the one on the first floor is definitely a couple hundred. The one upstairs is more of a lounge, so
Wow. So it was a really intimate little small concert with her, huh?
it is.
Was
It
it?
is. Yes.
Wow. How
Yeah.
cool is that?
Well,
Especially
I
for
don't
her.
think that they're saying that Taylor Swift was performing. I think it was just her dad was
Her
present.
dad was there.
Oh, I
Yeah,
thought you said.
correct.
Oh, God, I was
Dad's
like,
like
holy crap.
super jealous. He
I
thought
was
he got
like,
like a
holy
one-on-one
crap. I
lounge
was-
show
Oh,
with
no,
Taylor
no.
Swift.
That's cool. All right.
He was
Her
seething
dad's
with
cool,
jealousy.
but like I was like mind
You're like,
blown.
dang.
Yeah. So
Just
Kaitlyn, so
communication.
like, do you look at somebody like Taylor for inspiration? I mean, it seems like you have a similar type of story, right? I mean,
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'd say the biggest thing, biggest connection between the two of us is that our families are so supportive.
Mhm.
My whole family moved here with me when I was 16. I grew up in Maryland. I was born in California because my dad was out there with the Navy. Then he did a lateral transfer to the Air Force where he flew for the DC Air National Guard. So hence the reason I lived in Maryland for a while, for 16 years, and then sold my childhood home, moved to Nashville in our RV. We're a family of 6.
wow.
So it's
In
quite
one
the
RV. Oh my god.
yeah.
That's
I was
basically
very-
the same as being in a submarine, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people in small quarters.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't walk without the whole bus shaking. I mean, it's,
Yeah.
Where was that
You
in
know-
California that you lived?
San Joaquin Valley. I
It's down
forget
south, right? No, is
what-
that central?
Central.
Yeah. It's a big state. I grew up in Northern California. I was born in Napa, so close to
Oh,
a Navy
okay.
base. Funny enough, I was born close to Mare Island, which is a submarine base.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. I moved when I was 11 weeks old, so I don't
Yeah.
remember a lot of it.
Yeah. So you were born in California.
I was.
So you
Yes,
could claim
I-
that.
Yeah. I've got 2 older brothers. They were born there, and then a younger brother, too, who was born in Maryland.
So your whole family invested in your career, and they followed you out to Nashville, and that's got to be really reassuring, right?
You know, it is. And at the same time, it's like, don't screw this up, you
Right.
know?
Yeah, that's a lot
Lots of
of pressure.
pressure, for sure.
Oh my gosh.
Right?
I mean, you know, it is, but they're so supportive. They're the best, family I could ever ask for. So it's,
Mhm.
Well, I
they're,
think that's
they're-
a wonderful compliment from your family
Yeah.
is that they're willing to uproot their entire lives to like help you pursue this dream. That means that they believe that what you've got is,
Yeah.
the real deal. So
oh,
When did they know you were going to be this singer? Was it from like Happy Birthday at age 7 or like?
yeah,
when did
something
you,
like that. I mean, yeah, I started with my Disney princesses at 4 years old, just like any other girl, and my parents were like, "Oh, that's not half bad. You're not, all the way off pitch, so that's cool. Maybe we should explore this a little bit." I started performing and singing on the worship team at age 10, and then from there, just kind of
You said on the worship team, so through church?
yes.
You know
yes.
how it's so interesting to hear how many people get their start through singing in church. A lot of people.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, it was so fun. They were so crucial and instrumental to helping me grow, in my faith, and then just learning how to sing songs. And it was nice to do it on a routinely basis.
So when did you like break out and say this is what I want to do for my career? When did that happen?
It was actually pretty late in the game. I was a freshman in high school.
That's late in the
And-
game.
Well,
I still had acne at that point.
For me. So I kind of wanted to follow up in my dad's footsteps and be a test pilot for NASA.
Wow.
So I was like, yeah, that or music, which one should I
should I
do?
be a star or an astronaut?
Right.
I like it.
I mean, I'm still holding on to hope that I can do both. But, yeah, decided like end of freshman year, I really wanted to do this thing. And so I was homeschooled the last 3 years, just graduated high school last year.
Congrats.
And thank you.
Yeah, that's awesome. So you're You were studying and you're on the road and you're playing gigs and
Yeah.
how many gigs a week? Are you like couple or few or 4 or 5?
I mean, it really depends. There's been days where it's like 6 in a row.
Wow.
It's exhausting.
You've
but
had a busy summer. We saw that list, and tell us some of that stuff that you've been doing this year.
Yes. So I started playing Camp Southern Grounds the beginning of this year. That is Zach Brown's campground out
Wow.
in Georgia.
Very cool.
How cool.
I mean, incredible facility. I have never been to a place and felt more welcomed. Like there's this big gate when you first enter the property, and from the first person that let us through, she was like, "Hey, welcome. We're so happy to have you here." And it was just such an incredible experience. Love going back. They're like family. And then
Is that a camp for kids?
I'm sorry.
We don't know what that is. Is that a camp for kids?
So it is. They have a summer camp, and they also have these programs for veterans and the rehabilitation programs. So it helps them transition from active duty back into civilian life. And they have a lot of, and all of it is free of cost. So you apply on their
That's
website.
great.
Yeah, I mean, just such great people that have, such genuine hearts and really just want to help veterans. The summer program is for neurodiverse children, children of Gold Star, Blue Star, and everything in between. So it's really
Super
impactful.
cool.
When you play shows, do you play the same like set every night, or do you diversify your offerings? So like,
Yeah, it depends. I play a lot of writers' rounds in Nashville, so only original music. I was out in Atlanta on Friday playing for a big corporate event and did like a 90s medley.
nice.
And then my song "You're the Hero," I was opening up for Lieutenant Dan Rooney.
No way.
He's
Whoa.
the
Cool.
founder of Folds of Honor.
Yeah.
So great dude. My dad was excited to meet him.
Yeah.
but
No.
being at
I mean,
16
that's
guys.
huge. Yeah. I mean, for guys our age, everybody knows Lieutenant Dan. So. Yeah.
Yep.
So tell us about this. You released a song that you co-wrote on last Veterans Day, or not this past one from a couple weeks ago, but
Correct.
last year.
Yes. So the military has always been a big part of my life. My grandfather was a Marine. Other grandfather was Navy. Dad was Navy and Air Force. Just grew up around it, and so I have this great appreciation for it. So when I was trying to figure out what kind of songs I wanted to write and release for myself, I was like, well, this is a huge part of me. I would love to share the word, would love to introduce this to people my age who might not, know of this lifestyle, and just to be able to connect with other families and kids who have members of their family who deploy. It's not an easy feeling, but, we're eternally grateful for those that serve, and
I went out on long runs 2 times. It was no fun. Like,
No.
kiss your family goodbye, and you go underwater in my case, we'd go underwater for 3 months, 4 months. We'd be gone. Like, and then you come back, and America's different. It was so weird. Like, when we'd come back, everything would be different. There'd be new songs, new movies. People would be wearing shirts. You have no idea. It's just weird.
I can't imagine.
It's fun.
Yeah.
But it's sweet that you did. And so you wrote a song. Do you mind playing it for us? Is that
Yeah.
Would that? I mean, I'm not trying to, but that we'd be so honored if you would.
Thank you. You read my mind. I was planning on
You
doing.
just happen to have a guitar behind you, so I made the ask.
just pull this. keep
Yeah,
in
look
mind
at
that's
her.
All right.
So this is
Kaitlyn
Kaitlyn
Croker.
Clark singing "You're the Hero."
Kaitlyn Croker.
Kaitlyn Croker singing "You're the Hero."
I'll never get used to the sight of you leaving. I'll never get used to this missing you feeling. Yeah, the war rages on. Every moment you're gone. If you're gonna save the world, can you save my heart too? Even though bullets ricochet, doesn't mean we're bulletproof. Oh, when you're flying through the sky. Oh, can your radar see me crying? Can you let somebody else do the leaving? You're the hero. Yeah, you're the hero. I believe if I didn't love you, this would be easy. Even the strongest hearts can break. Yeah, the sacrifice is real, but it's something we both feel. Trying to save the world, save my heart too. Even though bullets ricochet, doesn't mean we're bulletproof. Oh, when you're flying through the sky. Oh, can your radar see me crying? Can you let somebody else do the leaving? You're the hero. Yeah, you're the hero. I believe. Yeah, I know you've got a job to do. Sometimes I just wanna fly with you. Go do what you gotta do, what you gotta do, what you gotta do. Go do what you gotta do, what you gotta do, what you gotta do. But if you're gonna save the world, can you save my heart too? Even though bullets ricochet, it doesn't mean we're bulletproof. Thank you.
Wonderful.
That Kaitlyn Croker, you're the hero. Wow.
Thank
So-
you.
That was beautiful.
That
Thank you
was.
so much.
So did your dad cry the first time he heard that song?
I think I got a little dusty in the room. Yeah.
I'm sure. I'm sure. How cool.
You know,
Yeah, he's
he
tough.
never cry, but
Yeah,
Oh, of course.
Yeah,
He'll
like,
never admit it.
man, it's hot in
No,
here.
no.
I do that one a lot.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, let me turn around and wipe
This
my
guy
head.
won't admit
yeah,
it,
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Wow, that's a beautiful song, Kaitlyn.
Thank you.
Caitlin, can you so you're available? I imagine, of course, on Spotify and everywhere that we can find music. You got
Correct.
what's your latest tune out? Is that it?
So my latest one actually came out last Friday. I didn't release it personally, but I'm a feature on it. It's called I Stand. I wrote it and released it with an artist named Brooks Herring. It's a fun little patriotic tune we wrote 2 days before the 4th of July this year, and just wanted to put it out there into the world. And it's just about supporting your country and standing for what you believe in.
It's a great message right now. We need it, and I hope people are paying attention to you. And I hope we're going to follow your career and
Thank
watch you
you.
rock it to the top, because it seems like you got everything you need. You got a great supporting staff. You got a great voice. You got great music, and you're singing the right message. It's a message that's important.
What's your website, Kaitlyn?
Yeah.
It's KaitlynCroker.com. KaitlynCroker. I really have to spell it out. It's not the
It's okay.
easiest names to.
Yeah.
Croker.
Yes.
CK.
I'm gonna put that in
Okay.
chat right now.
KaitlynCroker.com.
Mm-hmm.
And
Don't you love how we've been saying her name wrong the entire time?
I know.
Yeah, it's all
What have you
good.
been saying?
You're not the first ones.
I called you Kaitlyn Clark once. I apologize.
Hey, we're from
Oh,
Indiana.
oh,
We can't help
Yeah,
it.
she's pretty big here in Indiana.
You know, I was thinking while you were hitting those high notes and sounded so beautiful. Like, I mean, I know a lot of artists in the early morning, they don't really like doing high notes like that. Is that trouble for you?
I may have seen the time. I was like, oh, geez. Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
right. Yeah. How do you think we feel? We got to be
do
charming.
my vocal range exercises.
Yeah, no, it's it's never my favorite to sing first thing in the morning,
Yeah.
but I'm happy to do it. And
Are you a night owl? So you're used to staying up late because
Yeah.
I see. I would never be able to be a rock star because I go to bed at 10 o'clock. So.
I mean, I was at a Thanksgiving Friendsgiving thing last night too. So I was like, guys, I gotta get home. I gotta get up.
You got lock pod in the morning.
Oh.
That's what we say all the time at night too. It's like, damn, I got lock pod tomorrow. So.
Yeah.
So, Kaitlyn, when are you coming up and touring our area so we could catch you live?
Yes.
Anytime soon? Like Chicago?
Oh my gosh. So I've got a lot of friends that play there, and I'm definitely looking at some dates and
Nice.
venues there to play in the near future. But I'd say if y'all stay tuned and check out bands in town, you can locate it from my website.
Cool.
I look at
and
bands in
let
town a
you-
lot.
Yes. Okay. We'll let you know when we're in the area, and I'll reach out to you guys personally.
Would you?
Awesome.
Caitlin,
Love
you
to
know,
meet you
We'd
in
love to
person.
see you.
in real life, I'm not a podcaster. I'm a mayor, and we have a festival every year where we have musical acts. And if we have country night, I would definitely love to see you come up.
Oh my
we have
gosh.
big artists too. We had Darius Rucker play a couple years ago. So if
Wow.
that would be amazing.
No, not Brothers Osborne. Who
Yeah.
is it?
We
Was
had
that?
Big and
Yeah.
Rich,
Yeah.
Brothers Osborne. We've had great
Okay.
artists. I'd love to bring you up. And if we're trying to lock down a country act right now. And if I do, I would love to give you a call and, have you come up and if you would be open to it. So.
I will make myself available.
I'm
Thank
glad
you
we
so
met
much.
each other. And you sound beautiful and it seems like everything's going in the right direction. And we're very honored that you came on our show.
Thank you so much.
You
Honored
just have to remember when you're playing the big venues.
Yeah.
The
Lock
30,000
We help
Don't
propel
places.
forget us.
We're part of your
You're
propelling.
very sweet.
Don't because we'll still be here.
We're still knocking it out. Still
Listen,
early morning on
call me,
Tuesday.
guy. We'll be in touch.
All right.
Sounds good.
Caitlin, thank you so
Caitlin,
much. That's
thank you.
Kaitlyn Croker. She sang You're the Hero for us. She's going places, and we're so honored that she appeared on Lockpod. Thank you very much, Caitlin.
Thank you.
We'll be following you along, and I wanted to thank the audience, Lindsay, thank the boss, Steve, for coming in and paying attention. Thanks, John Vest, for putting together a great show, and, it's nice to be back.
Send her a message, John. You just so unceremoniously kicked her off.
You're like, thanks, Caitlin.
Bye,
Click.
Caitlin.
Thanks,
It's very
bro.
professional. That's how we do it in the biz,
I
Lindsay.
thought it ended on its own volition. Yeah, that's fine.
Send her a
She
message.
was like hanging along,
say
and John's
thank
like,
you.
cut her off.
I'll make sure to reach out.
Yeah,
Oh,
that was great.
She was a wonderful
Good job,
guest.
Steve,
That
by
was
the
lovely.
way. What a snag. How'd you get that?
Of course. Actually, her manager reached out to
Look
to
at
me.
that.
Yeah.
Reaching out to Lockpod.
That's because
Reaching
you're a
out to
vet.
Lockpod.
Yeah, I think that they probably saw.
Well, I like it. I think
Congruency.
it's a good match. Like if she would, if we get a country act. By the way,
You know what? That was probably the whole plan this whole time.
well, if
It's
that's the
like,
plan, it's a
If
smart
she
plan.
impressed us,
It's a plan.
we'll
If
invite
it's a
her.
plan, it was a smart plan because I was like, we are trying to get a country act for Fest this year, and I've been shot down by high-profile artists a couple times.
Like who?
I'm trying to remember. Tim McGraw, we made an offer on.
I know.
Shot down.
That broke my heart.
Who else? John,
Now
you-
call Tim and say, hey, we've got
No,
Caitlin.
dude, I got. We did a couple of big offers and got shot down already. I don't know country music.
I don't think
very
we
well.
can say one because it's still an offer, right?
Okay,
All right.
I don't even remember. I've been gone for 3 weeks or 2 weeks.
Okay.
But anyway, thanks for listening, everybody. I missed you. I missed Lockpod. I'm glad I'm back. Kevin's gonna be back on Friday, and we'll have our full power lineup back on the set. So thanks for coming in. Thanks for listening. Sorry about the YouTube. The Facebook situation. We can't control that.
Delete your account.
If it keeps on glitching, we're gonna start shifting everybody
Watch
over
it
to
on
YouTube
YouTube.
where it doesn't glitch. So thanks everybody for listening to Lockpod. We'll see you guys on Friday. Lockpod's out.